The first application is to make a link between the LIMS module and the purchase of goods and the quality control at the reception of goods. So we can go in the purchase module. And if I look at my products, we made a configuration at the product level, which allows you to connect the product and the LIMS. And here we say that, okay, this is a product that we are going to analyze. And this is the test that we are going to perform. And you will see that behind the test, we can also have a lot of parameters. So if I create a request for quotation for this product, I now have confirmation, so I can go to the receipt. So here in the receipt, you see that we have a specific also configuration. We have a link with the analysis, which is not existing yet. So we can receive the product. So here I can create my serial number, receive it. Now it's possible to create an analysis based on that reception. So whether if you don't have the quality control module, you have this specific button here that allows you to create an analysis. Or if you have the quality check module, then you can go to the quality check and you have also here the button to create the analysis. So here you see that my analysis is created. So I can open it and perform. I am on the laboratory side, so I can perform the analysis. So I have to complete some information first regarding the date of the sample received, and finish the reception of the sample. You see that we have two tests to perform. So the system is going to ask you, I am the technician now. So the system is asking me to do the preparation of the sample, for instance, a digestion or whatever. And then we have another test to perform. You see that the first test is linked to the second one, and you have to perform first the first one, and then you will have the opportunity to perform the test itself. So if I say, okay, I'm going to perform this test, I look here, you see that it is ongoing and we still have to wait for the other one. So I can now add my value. So as it is a preparation, I just have to say it's done to check if everything was okay. And now if you look at the test, I can perform the remaining part of the test. So again, I take it in charge, I edit, and then I will encode my value. So imagine if it is 22, as it must be less than. If I save at this point, so the system is going to give me an information that we are too high, it's not conform. So imagine that I made a mistake, I can re-edit and code 18. Now the system, it's mandatory, will ask me why I made a change. And just very quickly for the accreditation, if I look here, I have the complete traceability of what was the old value, what is the new value, why, the reason, who, and of course, the date. So it's possible now to end the test. So you see here that all the tests are done. It's possible to go back to the analysis. The analysis is validated at level 1. I can perform an overall check and perform the second validation of the analysis. And if I go back to my QC, then I can set it at the pass now. And if I go back to my stock move, I can validate my stock move. Okay, now that our incoming products are received and the quality of these products has been checked, so let's now go to the manufacturing part of the system, and also again the link with the LIMS. So I can create here a manufacturing order with a finished product. So you see here the bill of material of that product, quite a simple one, of course, for the demo. So I can mark it as to do. And so again, if you don't have the quality control module, we can create the analysis from this screen, and I can now produce. So I have to choose my serial lot of my finished product and the one from the raw material. So now we have the line which has been created, and you see that also here we have the create analysis button, but of course I can do it from the quality checks, and here I can create the analysis. I can edit my sample and fill the necessary information. So here with the date of the sample and the date of the sample received. In fact, these dates can be filled automatically, of course, when we create. They are extremely important, but because we can also set on the analysis level, on the parameters, we can set also delays, and some delays are going to be calculated from the date of the sample or from the date of the sample received. This is important when especially you are going to analyze unstable parameters like bacteria or volatile materials. So if you are not quick enough to perform the analysis, then the analysis is going to be out of delay. So let's hurry to do it. Let's finish the reception, and I mark it as to do. Okay. So we have all the information also on the analysis. And so let's shift to perform the analysis on the LIMS module in itself, because we have all the information that we need also here. Let's find our sample here. So it's this one. And so I know it's received, and then we can start the test. So again, as a technician, I can have a look at the test. I can print my labels, print the bottles I need. I can take pictures. I can have all the information regarding the test, and we also benefit of all the goodies from Odoo. So I can here perform the test in whichever order. There is no specific order in this case, and I can enter my result. Bacteria, I can set it no bacteria detected in the system, and now I can validate. So you see all the traceability here regarding the accreditation requirements. I can shift to the next test, perform it, and enter my result, saving, validating my test, and go to the last one. I can edit and encode my value. So now all the tests are performed, and now I can have an overview again of all the results as the lab manager, for instance, and perform the second validation. Let's come back in the manufacturing module, because we have a direct link with the LIMS. We can see that, okay, this analysis is done, the state is conform. So now we can set the quality check at pass. And here we can mark as done our manufacturing order. Some more technical features to end this presentation. So regarding also the historicization of the analysis you did on a specific product. So if, for instance, I open this one, so you have a complete traceability and history of all the analysis results that you perform on a specific product. It's also possible to drill down and have the same information regarding the specific lots of a product. And if you go back upper level, you will have all the results of all the lots. So let's go back to my product. And it's also possible when you drill down to see all the history of your result, and you can of course filter on a specific parameter and have an overview of the evolution of the concentration of the parameter in time. how is it working? In fact, if you look at the LIMS, this is the real technical heart of the system. So we can define the parameters that we are going to analyze in which matrix, regarding which legislation, and so on. And so we have a lot of information which are mandatory also for the good functionment of the system, but also for the accreditation. For instance, if this parameter is accredited, which organism it is accredited under, and then the system can determine automatically if you analyze an accredited parameter, then when you are going to print the report, you will see the logo of the accreditation body on the report. So you can also define the method that you are going to use and a lot of technical information. So what we did, in fact, because our customers are using a lot of different products and they analyze the same parameters. And so the goal was also to have a very flexible system that allows you to define different limits. So usually in a system, you will have per parameter the requirement, the required limits that you cannot pass. Otherwise, then your sample is going to be not conform. So we have by default limits here, and it's also possible to set a specific message on the test report, but also to define additional packs, additional parameters. So if it is not conform, for instance, you can define that you are going to analyze more parameters, so conditional packs here. And what we did also is to set here a product limit tabs in which you can define specific limits per product, and you can even decide that for this parameter, ZNEP, which is a pesticide, that when you analyze the product, it's not accredited, but if you analyze apples, then it's going to be accredited. And here you see that you can define different requirements here, different limits for that parameter. And so the system will automatically recognize which limits are applied in the system. Okay, so we saw during this presentation very quickly the integration between the LIMS Biologica Soft module and Odoo ecosystem. So we saw that it is possible, in fact, to put some controls on any stock move, manufacturing order, or QC. So in our example, we saw the reception of goods, the possibility to take a sample, to analyze the sample, and to link the sample with the quality check, pass, fail mode, of course, and you have all the functionalities of Odoo quality controls to set a default to record the corrective action. So we saw also the integration with the production mode, with the manufacturing order, and the possibility to check whether the quality of the bill of material product and of the finished product. And we had a very quick overview of the fact that it is also possible to control the quality of the goods that you have in stock with the expiration dates.